One day my father brought home a beautiful horse. She was the most beautiful white horse anyone in our barrio of Bolongmasle had ever laid eyes on. She had long and slender legs, a silky mane, and a flowing tail. She was, however, not the kind of horse anyone in our barrio would have any use for. She did not seem fit for pulling a rig. She was good only for the track or for riding, but races were held only during the town funeral, and even the rich bachelors in town did not ride horses anymore. They preferred the bicycle. What good was such a beautiful white horse in Pulong. She followed him. When my father would stop to pull the thorn out of his foot or to scratch a bite in his leg, the horse would stop too and swish her tail from side to side. When my father continued on his way, the horse too would come along. She had a grand way of walking, proud and confident. My father only smiled and stared straight ahead. He was as proud as the horse that was following him. He did not even notice my sister Victa and me. Victa and I walked behind among the other children. The people we passed also wondered how my father had come by such a beautiful horse. He couldn't have bought her because he did not have that much money. Everybody knew he earned no more than what was needed, and sometimes less. I overheard some of the people say that my father might have stolen the horse, and I felt angry at my father, and with the people, and at the horse. And I knew my sister Victa also felt the same way. When I looked at her, I saw tears in her eyes. Father was suddenly a stranger to us. He did not seem to be our father at all, and for the moment we hated him. In the past, when we met him on the road on his way home, he would hug us or lift Victa or me way up in the air. We used to be very happy when Father came home. When we reached home, Father led the horse straight through the yard into the field. He sat down on a fallen bamboo and watched the horse beginning to graze. So absorbed was he in the sight of the beautiful horse, he didn't notice Victa and me sitting beside him. For a long time, we sat there watching the horse cropping the wild grass. We did not say anything to one another. It was getting dark.
Beauty.
Sighing dreamily and gazing at the horse.
What a beautiful legs.
They are not beautiful.
Victa said, curling her lower lip.
They are thin and weak.
Don't say that. You know they are not thin and weak. They are slender and beautiful. Are they not? Yes, they are. She is a beautiful horse.
Doesn't she belong to us, Father?
She is such a beauty.
Father sighed again, staring admiringly at the horse. She kept on swishing her tail, which was long and flowing and silky, as if she were enjoying herself immensely. I was beginning to suspect that the people were right after all. I trembled at the thought of my father stealing a horse. He used to tell us how good it was to be honest and truthful and obedient. And now I thought, he wasn't any of those things he had told us to be. Presently, I heard my mother calling Victa and me, and then the chapel bells rang out the Angelus. Victa crossed the yard and climbed up the stairs. I sat silent beside Father, who seemed to be immersed in thought. And then suddenly my mother was with us.
Come up now, Victa Marcos.
Victa crossed the yard and climbed up the stairs. I sat silent beside Father, who seemed to be immersed in thought. And then suddenly my mother was with us.
Where did you get that horse, Estong?
She's beautiful, isn't she?
Whose horse is that?
I don't know.
How come she's here in our own backyard?
She's a beautiful horse.
Go in now, supper is ready. Let's go, Marcos.
Father did not make the slightest move. He sat silent, his chin cupped in the hollow of his hand, his elbows resting on his thighs. He continued staring dreamily at the horse.
Let's go, Marcos.
We ate silently, for Mother was angry. We, Victor and I, knew better than to talk when Mother was in that mood. Finally, she started mumbling, at first to herself and then to us.
I wonder where he got that horse.
Ask him, Mother.
The people on the road said he might have stolen it.
Who said that?
Mother asked, suddenly floored with anger.
Tell me, who said that?
I do not know, I just heard some people say it.
Let's go right now. Point them out to me and I will show them how to judge your father better. Let's go, Marcos. Right now. Come.
She took me by the arm, tugging me towards the stairs. But just as we were about to leave the house, we met Father coming up.
You and your beautiful white horse, with her long, slender legs.
Mother cried at Father.
Now don't say anything harsh against that horse, woman. Don't say bad words about your cousin Bara.
Why? What has my dead cousin to do with that beast, Estong? Don't you start invoking the dead. You, you, impious.
That horse is the reincarnation of your cousin Bara.
Father declared solemnly. Father was a good jester. He loved to laugh. But this time he was dead serious, and his voice sounded sincere and stern. Mother crossed herself 3 times, her eyes almost popping out.
What's the matter with you, Estong?
Wait, the first time I saw her, that horse, the first time I saw her following me, I knew she was somebody I used to know. Only I couldn't remember who. Now look at the eyes, just look at those tomorrow when the sun comes out. They're the eyes of your cousin Bara.
Mother crossed herself again.
She may rest in peace.
She prayed, clasping her hands across her breast.
Please, Lord, forgive my erring husband, and may the soul of cousin Barang forgive these utterances.
Father continued.
When I turned around and saw the horse's face, I asked myself, where did I see this face before? It was very familiar. And then in the backyard, while she was feeding, she wiggled her rump, and I remembered the way Barang used to wiggle her buttocks when she was feeling funny.
Oh,
Mother cried.
heaven forgive him. He doesn't know what he's saying. He is touching the head, my husband. Oh, what have we done to deserve this?
She pleaded.
Where did you get that horse's tongue?
Mother wanted to know.
How she is here in our own backyard?
She followed me. Don't know from where, but she just followed me. I told her to go her way, but she followed me just the same.
You didn't sell this house and buy yourself that horse, Estong. Please tell us the truth.
I told you that she is your cousin Barang, come to visit you. Now please let us eat. I am hungry.
The next morning, Victor woke me. She was very excited. I remembered what my father had said about the souls of the dead coming back to life in another form. Father had been very fond of our Aunt Barang. Many times he and my mother had quarreled on her account. My mother did not like Aunt Barang very much, and when she died, she cried only during the funeral, but one could see how relieved she was afterward. And now, here she was again. Only she was in the form of a beautiful white horse. Coming back to life to torment my mother again. Why can the dead stay dead? I asked myself.
Quick! Marcos!
Victor shouted. She had gone down the stairs again. So excited was she.
Look at her eyes. They are the eyes of our Aunt Parang.
Mother was in the kitchen, silently doing her chores. She was beginning to take it all with resignation. Poor old mother. She must have felt very miserable. I went downstairs into the yard and joined my sister. Father was sitting there on the fallen bamboo, watching the incarnation of our Aunt Barang feed on the grass, swishing her long tail from side to side.
Look at her eyes.
Victor said to me. Sure enough, they were the eyes of our Aunt Barang. Indeed, she couldn't have been anyone other than our Aunt Barang. The men came to take Aunt Barang sometime before noon that day. They were a couple of strange-looking men in civil clothes, a constabulary man, and some men from the barrio. One of the strange-looking men was short and had a mustache and long hair. The other was tall and carried a walking stick with a copper knob. The constabulary man said they were the owners of the circus which had been set up in the town. When they saw the horse browsing peacefully on the sward beyond our backyard, the circus men rushed to her, stumbling over the bamboo trunk on which my father was sitting, and they hugged the horse and kissed her on the face as if she were their sister.
Oh, my Mindamora, my beautiful Mindamora.
The taller of the two strange-looking men said.
I miss you terribly, terribly so. Oh, my beautiful Mindamora.
My father stood up. So bewildered was he by all this show of affection he could not utter a word. The shorter one with the mustache and the funniness of long hair was talking to the constabulary man. He was also very excited and very happy. Then the tall man took something out of his trousers pocket and handed it to my father. A couple of silver coins.
Thank you very much for keeping our dear Minda in your yard.
The short funny man said to my father.
We hope she did not give you too much trouble. Come to the circus in the town tonight. And don't forget to bring the children along. It is the best show there is. And thanks again.
For a long time after they left, we stood in the yard silently, sadly.
I did not know Barang would turn out to be circus lady.